pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first order of business is update to the 2023-24 school year calendar, make up dates for the snow days. Looking at it, I don't think we're gonna be out of the woods for inclement weather, and in discussing everything with the faculty, in the PPC, they just put this out there to them, and everybody's pretty much in favor of making these days up one day a month during the year. 3 Mondays and the Good Friday holiday, and that would bring us back to being ready to finish our year exactly where we started, on the same day we started this year. If we have more inclement weather, we will use those days at the end of the year. But right now, if we have more inclement weather and we lose days, we're gonna be in school in June. And I don't think anybody wants to be in school in June.
I probably then go to July.
And the other change is they wanted to move, the April 15th teacher workday. They wanna move the April 8th teacher workday to April 15th because April 8th is the eclipse.
Who come up with this plan? The teachers?
PPC.
Who all composes this committee?
There's 10 people, 5 in the elementary. I've got a list.
They're selected by their peers?
Yes, they're all voted on, voted in the committee at the high school.
So how many days will they have to go, so they have to go on Mondays for how many weeks?
They go 3 Mondays, one on, March, February, April and May, and in March 29th, which is Good Friday. So 3 Mondays, 1 Friday, 1 day per month.
So that'll make up the 4 days that we missed,
Yes.
cause we can't do AMI days anymore, right? With the Learning Act, they pretty much eliminate that, right?
Well, there's a lot of arguing back and forth about that, but that's what they told
didn't
us.
do anything to it so far that I know of.
Yeah. Nobody was prepared to. Now, the Attorney General's opinion says we still have AMI days, but they told us directly we did not at AAEA.
It'll be 2 Mondays and a Friday.
Are the Mondays they're gonna utilize, or the Mondays that the teachers already had to come to school? or-
Only one of them. The rest of them are after the week after, I believe the week after.
Those
those
teachers
teacher
have to
work
work 1 Monday a month, regardless.
First Monday.
Yeah,
Sorry, I explained. And the only one that we're talking about using is the last one, which is May 13th.
You're talking about making up the snow days, the teacher committee proposed this.
So none of these Mondays is a holiday though, correct?
No,
If
no,
we're
no.
making
No, the only holiday they'll be doing is Good Friday,
Okay,
if you wanna consider it a holiday.
really not.
Making up your snow days on Monday, every other Monday.
3 Mondays.
3 Mondays and Good Friday. 1 Monday
And I
per
don't know if we're
month.
out of the woods, because shoot, we already got, it's supposed to be cold weather coming in wind next
Next week.
week.
Exactly.
And nobody wanna go on Saturday.
And nobody wants to go in June.
I've been on Saturday before, didn't
I have been to school on Saturday too.
Mhm.
Wasn't fun either.
No.
I've been on
You got
Saturday, but I've been
any
in
feedback
June.
or any families or?
No, I don't know if the PPC put it out there too or not.
The last, like I said, it's kinda hard to say, yeah, what happens, you never on a bus and slide off in the ditch or whatever, but that last day we were out was kinda
Iffy.
It was.
I mean,
It
Cause
was.
what was
The only
it, that
thing was
Thursday,
the
they had
side
basketball
roads.
practice till
Like
7
Like our
Sunday
road
night.
and Coy stayed.
So,
I know, that's what I'm saying, I know, but I mean, if we cut back on some, and like I said, you don't want anything to happen, I'm not second guessing, I mean, I'm just saying it was
Yeah,
iffy, I was like, cause the roads was clear all the way to wherever else, if they could get them to the road or whatever, I mean, I'm not saying we couldn't have, it was close. really, really close. I mean, the road all the way to Little Rock, they were all clear.
But here's my thing on that, and I'm not
I know.
arguing your point
I'm with you.
whatsoever. But if we're out of school, then we don't need to be practicing basketball.
Well,
If we're not going, if we can't go to school, then we don't need to practice basketball.
in Trent's defense, practice had already started before we got the call that there wasn't any school the next day.
What time they practice, early in the morning or?
No, they practiced that day from 4:30 to about 7-ish. But, like I said, I had just dropped Nehemiah off. Cause I said had I known that they weren't going to school the next day, I wouldn't have brought him to England. The roads were fine, I went to work every day, but I'm just saying.
But what he said, that ain't the next day, that's that day.
That day. If
The next day
if we're
would've
out of
been the next
school,
day
if
before.
we're out of school tomorrow, then we don't need to practice basketball tomorrow. That's just my opinion. Everybody's got their own, but I just don't think it's right. If it's too bad for us to get on the road and go pick up these kids at these houses, then it's too bad for these kids to come here to practice basketball.
That's true.
That last day was iffy, and I put it off a little longer because it was starting to melt, but outside my house, I could barely get out of the driveway.
We're not second guessing, I'm just saying we need to be a little more, I know with my work, I mean, they call me and all that stuff, and we have to open our offices if all possible. And like I said, we don't want buses sliding in the ditch or having a wreck, by all means, be safe, but we just have to be, maybe like, we're gonna have school today, but we're not running any bus routes. I mean, we're going to, like I said, not having to give up Mondays or whatever, cause like I said, you don't know if this is gonna happen again, so. Huh?
I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 2 weeks.
Get to the
Because
February,
this was
January.
So the teachers and so, when they're on this, like who all voted for this?
This was, PPC, and they put it out into a poll, and if they were asking if they were okay with it, and 90% of them.
So are there no AMI days anymore?
And that's one of
Depends
the
on who you
things.
talk to.
Depends on who you talk to. You talk to the Attorney General, he says yes. You talk to everybody else, they say no. But they told us directly during the AAU meetings that there were no more AMI days.
And from what I'm seeing on the feeds, or nobody did AMI day.
Nobody was prepared to do it.
You didn't see anything when they put on TV, these school districts are closed, none of them said school district closed AMI day.
Right, there was not, and the reason they didn't do that is because they were told the same thing, I was at the same
Right.
place, so.
So the alternative to this would be extending it.
We've got snow days built into our calendar right now, and that we're going to use all 4 of them. But if we have anything else, we're in school at least till June 3rd, if not longer.
And that could cost us more money,
Well, that and the fact that these students, once they get through those standardized tests, they're pretty much packing it.
You right there.
And then
Teachers too.
they become discipline issues. And because they've done everything they need to do. And if they're in school in June, they're not gonna be happy about it.
My deal is, so as of right now, we're good, right?
Right now, yes, we are good. We go to, I think it's the 29th or 29th of June, or May.
But so, okay, now let's roll forward. Right now, we're good. We're gonna finish the same day we're supposed to finish as of right now, right?
With our snow days, yes.
They've already got these 4 days in there.
That's what I'm saying, I'm
Yes.
confused. So if we do these now and we vote on this, y'all gonna get in school a week early.
Now, we will end school.
Correct.
We will
That's
end
what I'm
school,
saying.
we
That's
will,
correct.
we will end school the same time that our calendar said at the beginning of the year, without the snow days. See, we built those 4 days in at the very end, so we don't go those days. But if we don't use them, they're just not there, they just disappear.
Which
But-
means we don't go to school.
Right,
Right.
which means they get out a week early, or they can go this week,
Right,
the
I
last
thought,
week.
yeah, I'm with you. I thought we were behind, we're not behind.
No, we're not behind.
No,
We're trying to anticipate we're gonna have some more snow days, but technically we may not.
we may not.
We'll have 5 more.
I know, but can we?
But here's my thing
Can
about
we do
that
this
one.
later?
You know, I don't think we would have been out as long this time if it hadn't been 0 degrees.
Yeah, oh, I'm with you, 100%.
You know, everything would've melted.
Usually,
Side
usually we
roads,
have 1 day or 2 days, that's rare.
And we're doing.
When's the next meeting, school board meeting scheduled?
Well, here's my take on this, and I
This is a special.
I understand what, yeah, we got, there's another part on the agenda too, though. I understand what you're doing, but here's my deal. Okay, we already say we're going February the 26th, Monday, April the 29th, and May, and then 1 day in, March? 29th. Why can we not get through February, and if we get through February and we have 3 more days, can we not knock them out after that? Cause usually we don't have ice March, April, May. You follow me? I understand what they're wanting to do, but,
Maybe we can put a note out to the.
and like you said,
parents
one of those
that
days
it's a
is the days the
possibility.
teachers are already gonna be here, so they're gaining a day on the back end.
It look like we can table it.
I think you're gonna stir up a whole big can of worms if we start scheduling Monday schools, people's gonna have to do daycare and all that, anticipating
Some
something
call
could
board
happen,
time,
and it's not.
Doctor's appointment.
they're gonna be scheduled out, then they'll have to reschedule it, and we're gonna cancel it.
But I do understand about the last week of the month, most stuff don't happen, but still they can educate the wrong, I think they gotta.
We'll wait till next school board meeting,
It's up to y'all, so I might have to make a
Pray
motion
for-
to
pray for
approve
good
it
one.
tonight anyway.
we'll have another prayer.
So we'll make a motion to table until next,
I made a motion to table it to the next board meeting.
need a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Sully, all in favor say aye. Opposed, 7-0. I mean, we understand what's trying to happen, but
We've already.
I know our phones are gonna burn up if we start having kids come on Monday anticipating something happening, and we got time to do this.
Okay. The next one is a resolution for the 2024-25 school year start date. Now, what this is we have to request our start date to be, right now, we can start at no earlier than the 15th. And that's all public schools. Charter schools are allowed to start on August 12th. We want to ask for this resolution so we can start at the same time charter schools start. And what that does is it gives you a lot more flexibility with your calendar, your district calendar. I just put one together that I sent out to everybody, and it worked out. It was a perfectly balanced calendar. We have to go 143 days. The first semester had 72 days in it, the second one had 71 days in it. Whereas right now, the second semester this year is gonna have 7 more days, which translates, if you go 1 1/4, to almost, 9, 10 days more the second semester than the first semester. So, we wanted to at least have the option. It's a 5-year thing, so we can do it for 5 years, and we don't have to start early. But it gives us the option if we see that there's a good reason to do so. And we have to have this turned into Wilbur Mills Co-op by the 15th.
If it's not set in stone, we can if we want, can if we don't want, I don't have a problem with it. That's me.
Now, it's not required that you start on the 12th. Well, that's on Monday anyway, we wouldn't be starting there. The one that I set up would have us starting on Wednesday, the 14th.
Which usually we start on what?
I think it was Thursday.
13th or the 16th, which is usually a Thursday.
Which I'd rather start on Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, and give the kids a half a day, half a week. They go time to go get their clothes,
Settle in.
get their stuff settled in, and then they start the full week the next week. I always like the half week or a partial week first. Cause ain't nothing going on there but getting their name on their lockers or getting their stuff checked in, getting their books assigned to them,
Schedule
figuring out their
changes.
schedule changes, so I mean, it's a lot better to me.
You need a motion
Make a
for
motion
it.
to
Needs a
accept the
motion.
resolution.
To accept the resolution, read the resolution.
For 2025 school year.
The 24-25 school year, the waiver from the state.
Motion by Mr. Busy, need a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mason, all in favor say aye. Opposed? 7-0.
The last thing that was brought to me by the high school assistant principals proposal, due to the recent success of B.J. Thompson, England High School Class 2017, we're submitting a proposal to name our high school football stadium in his honor. Our current field is named after Coach Galen Gibbs, which was dedicated in his honor on October 13, 2006. We are requesting that the stadium be named B.J. Thompson Stadium. B.J. and the Kansas City Chiefs will be playing in the Super Bowl on February 11, 2024. This is the first time that an England alum has made it to the NFL and participated in the Super Bowl. We feel with his success that we should merit this consideration of naming the stadium in his honor. If this proposal is approved, we would like to announce this tremendous honor to the student body, community, and supporters on February 9th during B.J. Thompson Day. Our staff and students have worked diligently to make sure this day commemorates B.J. and all he has accomplished. Thanks in advance, England High School Interim Assistant Principals, Brittany Robinson, Trent Morgan.
He's not the only England alum that's ever made it to the NFL.
To the Super Bowl.
Read the next page. We want to have an attorney check on this anyway.
Well, I think they're doing it too quick, and if you're gonna name something in honor of somebody or whatever, don't you at least want that person there? Like, he's not gonna be able to be
Well,
there
it
February
says-
the 9th, that's a
well,
given.
No, yeah, 'cause they're gonna be in.
Exactly. I hope he's in Vegas, but
He's gonna
Now,
be.
somebody else from England,
Greg Wesley?
Greg
Yeah,
Wesley.
that's-
I'm
went
talking
to-
about, I know he went to the NFL,
Chiefs,
Yeah.
but,
They said there was another one
Warner
in the
Super-
70s.
yeah,
there was a
Leotis
guy-
Harris.
Hmm?
Leotis Harris. I don't know if he graduated from England,
Doug
but he was
Roy
from
Painter?
England.
They played in the NFL.
He played for the Green Bay
Yeah,
Packers.
who was it, Mike and Roy?
Roy.
Mike and Roy Painter played for the NFL, and then you got, somebody played before them, I think there's 5 people been so far. That I know of.
Confused. I thought they wanted to
I
do
think there
that.
was
I didn't
one in
know
the
they did that.
70s, and then the Painter boys played, and then Greg Wesley played for 7 years, I know that. Huh? We're gonna table, I mean, the law clearly says, except otherwise permitted in the policy or Arkansas state law, the district shall not name any building, structure, facility paid for in whole or in part with district funds for an individual living at the time of its completion to his, in the 10 years preceding the construction was elected or held in a federal, state, county, or municipal office and received a salary for his or her services. Exceptions to the preceding paragraph may be made when a building, structure, or facility is constructed through the use of at least 50% private funds or names referred to an individual living at the time of its completion who is of historical significance, an individual who has been a prisoner of war or living, he's 75 years of age and is retired. You don't meet any of those requirements according to statute.
I think this first one was just asking, saying that you can't name it after someone who's elected or held office.
No, it's anybody, cause I know this has came up before. This was after 2014.
Yeah, you just need to run it by an
Attorney.
attorney, basically.
Yeah, we can't
This is
violate
legal,
state
we don't
law.
wanna violate any law, so basically, you can't put anybody's name on
And
it.
ain't nothing
anymore
against
without
BJ, we're
running by
proud
an
of BJ
attorney.
and glad he
Yeah,
did
we're
great.
very proud of him,
Right,
yeah.
right.
But I mean,
We don't wanna.
I know, I remember when this law was passed because they were stopping people from naming school buildings and school facilities and fields and stuff after people other, if they didn't meet these requirements.
So, I'll make a motion, table it and, discuss with the school attorney and just, do a little deeper dive and make sure we don't violate any laws.
Motion by Scott to the table, any second?
Second.
Second by Mike Beauty, all in favor say aye. Opposed, 7-0.
All I got.
Wanna make a motion to adjourn?
I make that motion.
Motion by Ms. Patricia Carter, need a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Sabrina Mason, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, 7-0.
Jim, I need